Hello, this is Heather Hoffman, and today I've pulled out some of my reverse confetti dye inks to make a fun plaid background. Just kind of a simple way. I really love plaids, and I started thinking it might be a fun, different technique to do with my reverse confetti inks. Now I've been really into, I think I'm ready for spring and summer and warmer weather, but I pulled out a springy, bright, citrusy color combination again. I used peach, pistachio, and buttercup dye inks. And you notice I'm using the short side and I'm only using the corner of my ink pad, and I have some white cardstock, and I'm simply sliding it right along the edge on there. You could use something else if you wanted to, but I did it gentle. This isn't going to damage your ink pads at all. And the color goes on really bold, but since it's a dye ink, as it dries and sinks into your paper, the color will soften a little, and it'll just give it kind of a fun effect. And the way, I don't know if it was the way I was doing it or just a little bit due to the curve of the ink pad, but you notice my lines kind of have a little bit of a curve, so it kind of gives just kind of a whimsical plaid look to the effect. So I started off with the pistachio ink, and I did kind of a grid pattern. Then I filled in the centers in between with the buttercup ink, and then I turned it 90 degrees and took the peach ink and went in between the lines on that one. You can mix and match color combos. You can do wider spaces. You can do narrower spaces. However you want to do it, and just play with it. It's kind of a fun, simple technique. Next, I pulled out a sentiment from God is Good stamp set. It's a nice big one. It kind of went with the bright, happy colors. Don't let your light, don't shine so others see you. Shine so that others see him through you. I read that wrong, but you get the idea. You can read it on the finished card. And I'm going to just stamp that with Midnight Dye ink over the top of that. And I used my Misty to line it up in case it didn't stamp clearly the first time. And even though it stamped pretty clearly, I ended up stamping it twice just to make sure it was a nice, dark, bold impression. I didn't really have any missed spots, but I just wanted it to be nice and dark so you could see it really clear and well. And once it's on there, I ended up trimming that panel down just slightly so it was smaller than the front of an A2 card base. And then I mounted it on the front of a card base that I made out of lime green cardstock from Reverse Confetti. And then I'm also going to pull out and show you another little one I made. And this one I did the lines after I trim this down. I'll show you. It's a softer colored one, and I did the lines a little further apart, so it kind of had a slightly softer look. And that one, when I finished, I ended up mounting that one on a card base of buttercup cardstock, kind of a soft yellow. It just kind of pulled out the yellow from the front of that one. And I had to score the front of my card base. I forgot I did some of this on camera. And this cardstock is nice and thick, so I like to use a scoring tool to fold it down. Sometimes you have to go over it twice, crease it well, and then you can attach that right on the front. And then there's that other one that I was telling you about with the slightly softer color and bigger lines. Thanks so much for coming by today. I hope you have a great day.